3 sports, outdoor and indoor cricket and hockey, and captained the White Ferns, which is the women's New Zealand cricket team, in 2 World Cups, not to the 2001 unfortunately, but the 2 either side in 1997 and 2005. I've worked in and played sport all my life, and the reward, connections and impact you can make through working in the disability sports sector definitely far outweighs working in mainstream sport and education. Hence why Achilles is such a fantastic fit for me and my stage of life, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge my fellow staff members. Caro, just give us a wave, our admin bookie coordinator. At the back there, David, our newbie, our partnership and engagement coordinator. And we do have a digital, we'd call her an advisor, Debbie Quinn, who can't make it here, but she does a lot in the background for us. Also, my board chair, Paul, who provides collaborative, strong leadership. Our other board members and the chapter leads, committee members across 11 chapters or clubs throughout Aotearoa. Thank you to my fellow MC Lee, the squirrel, for being there to support Achilles in whatever capacity is required. Well, not quite to the full extent, but whilst pursuing his own journey and dreams as a push-rim racing wheelchair athlete. And finally, to Laura and her team who are still working over there, they're from the Cashmere Club, for being so accommodating and going the extra mile to host tonight's awards. What makes Achilles truly special to me isn't the running or walking or wheeling, though that's amazing. It's the connections we forge, the barriers we break down together, the holistic whole order benefits achieved, and the way this community lifts each other up. Tonight is about celebrating those achievements, big and small, and recognising the extraordinary people who make up our Achilles New Zealand whānau. Kia li inaine. Here is Lee.
Thank you, Maya. I have written something down on my phone, so I'm going to say that first. Can you hear me okay? Put up your hand if you can't hear me. There's always one. Thank you very much for being here. Otherwise, I'd be speaking to an empty room. Anyway. And it's because of you that I am pleased to be here. Originally, I'm from England. My father was from London, my mother from Germany. Strange combination, but sometimes there was a little war in our house. Sorry. Anyway, after emigrating here to New Zealand, I grew up mostly in Royal Oak and Auckland area, making some great friends along the way. I had an accident in 1990, so I was 16, and spent several months doing nothing with my life. But I was doing nothing before that, so yeah, it's pretty much normal. Until I fell into sport. It was an accident, much like my actual accident, but it was also a saving grace. Being involved in sport has kept me fit and mentally healthy, as well as mentally awake, and it's actually saved my life. I was very thankful to all my friends and family, as I still am now, very thankful, but I'm also thankful to my incredible support from my incredible Achilles family. Not in ways always financial, or even physical, but also often in just listening and being there. So thank you to Achilles. I'm involved with a fantastic, energized group and supporting each other to reach their goals. Thank you very much. So now I have some acknowledgements in the room. I should have just put that on paper, shouldn't I? But I didn't print it out. Acknowledgements. Those in the room tonight, please raise your hands and say hello if you are one of these people. Board members Paul Barclay is the chair. So raise your hand, please, Paul. So that, Paul. Luke Bailey, board member. Thank you, Luke. And Deb isn't here, is she? Oh, she's here? Deb. Deb. Oh, Deb Shed. Thank you, Deb. Manawatu. Represent. Natasha Kubis. Oh, you are there. Thank you. I didn't think you were here either. Thank you very much. All these people I haven't seen yet. Keith Mitchell. Keith Mitchell. Hi, Keith. Yes. There you're sitting. Thank you. And wife. And myself, Lee Warren, board member as well. Yay! Oh, I'm here. Invited guests, Paula Windsor. Paula Windsor. Thank you. From Special Olympics. Thank you, Paula. Lego Ho from Hercules Instant Shelters. Thank you. Richard Mullock from Parkrun. He's not here. Helen Johnson from Blind Sport New Zealand. Thank you, Helen. And chapter or co-chapter leads, John Larici from Auckland. John Larici, thank you. Yoke Fong, Waikato. Thank you. These are just the ones that are here tonight, not every co-chapter or lead, just so you know. And Deb Shepherd and Susan Evans from Manawatu. Shared. And Petronella Spicer? Petronella Spicer and Ness Gopworth from Christchurch. Thank you. And chapter members, athletes, guides, volunteers and supporters, you are the heart and soul of this organisation. We wouldn't beat without you. Wouldn't beat here without you. Beat here. So, housekeeping, moving right along. We have everyone's phones on silent, correct? Yes. Thank you. That's what we like to hear. Good. Thank you, Josh. Toilets. For those of you that haven't yet used the toilet, if you go out the same door you came in and go straight ahead, that is where the toilets are. The bar, if any of you haven't been to the bar yet, it's just out those doors, turn left and then right. And it's a cash bar, so please be ready for that. And the evacuation procedure, again, go out the same doors you came in. There is an alarm over here to our left if you see something or if it needs to go off. You will go outside into the car park area, and for those of you that saw it, the squash club into the car park outside, that's where we meet outside. And if there is a need to contact somebody in the case of emergency, Maya will be the person to contact. Thank you. Program. The program. I can see the program. Thank you, Maya. 6 o'clock. Look at that, we've started. 6:25 round one awards for athletes, guys, and volunteers. What is the time now? We're on time. Almost. We're on time. Almost. Oh, great. It's good. We've got time. We have a guest speaker at 6:45, 7 o'clock, dinner and dessert. 8:50. I know, we get dessert too. It's so good. 8:15 will be awards round two. Most improved, rookie, athlete and guide, and youth and veteran. Now, all of these programs are also on your tables as well, in case you forget. 8:30, we have a guide panel discussion, which is again going to be held up here, or just in front of the stage. 8:50 will be round three. That is the final awards round. Kia kaha, spirit and chapter. Is it chapter? Chapter lead? Chapter of the year. Okay. 9 o'clock, wrap up. So we've all got presents. We're going to wrap them. No, it's the wrap up of the event. Thank you for the laughter. So far, awkward laughter. And then 9:30 is the evening official close finishing, hopefully. And then we'll get to go home and get ready for tomorrow. Yay! That's what we like to hear. Thank you. So that's your icebreaker next, which is a meet and greet. Is that up there on the... It is up there already. Great. Oh, yeah. No, I can see down there, can't I? Look at that. So the icebreaker activity is the name of someone next to you on your table. I'm just trying to look over there at the same time now. The chapter organisation that you belong to, how you are involved or associated with Achilles, and your favourite sports person. So just in case you forget, they are on the screen here as well. So just on your table, it saves intermingling around. If you could, your name, chapter organisation, how you're involved, associated with Achilles, and favourite sport person. Thank you. to intermingle with your team. It wasn't one person speaking on your table. You got to chat to each other nicely. Interactions. I saw a few phone numbers being passed around. I don't know if this is one of those types of meetings. But anyway, we'll move on. So I'm going to introduce you to Paul Barclay, who's our chairperson as well. I'm going to take my glasses off. It makes it so much easier to read. Sorry. So I would now like to introduce you to our wonderful chair, he asked me not to use that word, of the board for Achilles New Zealand, Paul Barclay. For his... Take it in, Paul, take it in. Take it in. For his reflections on 2025. Paul is a blind athlete and he lost his sight in a car accident nearly 4 decades ago. He became a member of Christchurch Achilles in February 2018, and since then he has completed 13 marathons and 20 half marathons, including New York Marathon in 2024 and Berlin Marathon last year. Paul became a member of Achilles board in April 2024 and was appointed the board chairperson in March last year. Paul is about to head off later this week, technically, to complete the Boston Marathon, and then 6 days later, the London Marathon. A true inspiration. Thank you for clapping him. He is a true inspiration and an amazing man to work with. So please welcome the Achilles chairperson, Paul Barclay.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Lee. It's a little bit hard to follow up on that, really. But thank you for coming along this evening. It's a great chance for us to recognise the wonderful people that are part of Achilles. No, first slide still, sorry. Sorry, we've just lost them. Lost the mic?
Where's the spare one?
Did I bump? Switched it on?
We're all go.
Okay.
Here you go, love.
Okay.
Up close to you.
That better? Cool, right, okay. So thank you all for coming along this evening. It's really a chance for us to recognise the people. I must keep... Okay. I'll just talk loud. So yeah, chance for us to recognise the wonderful people that are Achilles, the volunteers, the guides, the supporters. I'll just give a quick overview of where we are as an organisation. So I'll overview again who's on the board, who the staff are, talk a bit about where we've come from, what we've done the last year, where we are now, where we're going the next year, and what you can do to assist us as an organisation. So on the next slide, who we are. So Lee's already covered the board, but there's Debs, there's Keith, there's Lee, there's Luke, there's Natasha, and there's me. But I also want to recognise the 4 board members that have left in the last year. So that's Paul Scorange, David Thompson, who's here, Ollie Bowden, and also Tim Hendrick. So we've had a bit of a changeover in the board, but that always happens with the organisation. Also like to recognise the staff that we have. Mai is our national manager. Great job. Caro, who joined us earlier this year. David, who's just come on board. But also want to recognise the key staff that did leave during the year. There's Thomas and also Luke, who's our marketing and digital person. So hopefully we've still on the slides.
No, but the live stream is going through this microphone here on it, so he still needs to be talking into it. They can't hear him at the moment because it's going. So he can still talk. The live stream is over.
It's off at the moment.
He can still speak.
It's off at the moment. Battery looks fine. I don't understand what the fucking rush is. I'm sorry for the swears. Do you want to change? Do you want me to change the battery just in case?
We've got some new funding. Some new funding systems. These are funding streams. And really fortunate we've got from Sports New Zealand, given us 3-year funding there, which means we can plan with the student team,
Are you saying that it works for live stream anyway?
That's the only thing. This isn't going to live.
We've increased our staff
You
rate.
can put it
We're now taking a lot
so he holds that and I'll stick that in the mic stand.
Sophie, and now we've got a lot of ongoing funding, and new funding sources. A lot of that off. So the next one, where we are now. Hopefully, I'm reading out the numbers here for those of you who can't actually see the screen. Page. So I think we currently have 512 members, which is the largest number we've ever had in the past. So we've got 8 members who are under 18, which is great, athletes. We have 135 other athletes, those of us that are in some cases quite a bit older than 18. We have on our database currently 28 volunteers. We have 2 supporters and we have 349 guides. So hopefully that adds up to 512. And really just shows how wide our reach is, how big an impact we have, but grateful for particularly the supporters, the volunteers and the guides, because without you guys, we wouldn't get very far doing our events. So the next slide is, where are we going this coming year? Oops, lost my place. So we're looking at updating some more organisational systems and structures and processes. One of the things with having more staff, we have to have better systems and structures in place. Achilles got away for quite a long time with Sophie, one person, but everything was in Sophie's head, which when she did leave, created a few challenges for us. So we're looking at how we can actually get some better systems and processes in place for succession planning stuff. As showed with the board, we've had 4 resignations in the year, so we're about to start a new board recruitment process, and that'll look at getting some added diversity on our board. We're particularly looking at people who have corporate sponsorship skills, health and safety, marketing, but also looking at increased diversity to try and improve our mix across the community of Pacific, Maori, Rainbow, and more female board members as well. Looking at increasing our financial sustainability, we are still very much reliant on grant funding, which is very hand-to-mouth existence. Thankfully, the hand-to-mouth is a bit longer with 3-year funding, but it is still very reliant on those donors. So part of us putting David's position in place is to look at trying to get some corporate sponsorship. And that's also why we're looking at that sort of skill set for our board recruitment process as well. New revenue streams, that goes with our financial sustainability stuff as well. So the last slide, what you can do to help us achieve some of these things. Look, can't read my own writing. Okay.
There's a microphone
Okay.
10 centimetres in front of your mouth, darling. So you can lean forward a smidge.
Oh, there it is, right.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Great job.
Just about an eye.
Beautiful.
So, what you can do to help us, if you know someone who has a skill set we're looking for the board, please ask to make contact. If you know someone who is in the corporate world and is potentially available to look at corporate sponsorship stuff for us, again, ask them to make contact. The next one critically is please pay your invoices. Messages will be coming out soon for membership renewals, and unfortunately we still have a few people who haven't paid their money from Auckland Marathon back in October, December last year. We do rely on the funds that people have, so we will need that as well. So that's probably the key pivotal pieces. Again, I'd like to really thank wish the athletes well for tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is better than they are predicting, but we all know there's no such thing as Ness says about bad weather, there's just bad clothing. So keep that in mind for tomorrow. Certainly the guides, we really appreciate your support. We can't do the events we do without you. Our volunteers, thank you. Again, we can't do stuff without you as well. Really want to thank the sponsors, because without the sponsors we wouldn't be able to do anything as an organisation. But thank you all for coming along tonight, for supporting Achilles New Zealand. It is a great organisation, and without all of you here, there would just be me standing up here talking to an empty room. So much better to be having you here to talk to and thank and acknowledge and everything else as well. So enjoy the evening. Really great to be part of this celebration of the very many people who are doing outstanding stuff for Achilles. Just three quick shout outs. Thank you to those who did nominate for the awards. Without any nominations, it's a bit hard to have an awards function. Well done to all of the nominees. Great to be able to recognise you, but special thanks and congratulations to those who do receive the awards. It's a great recognition of what you do. So thank you, enjoy the evening.
Well done. Beautiful. Whoa, he's tall, isn't he? Can I take that off? Okay, you can hear me all right? Yeah. Cool. We're just sorting our technical difficulties and getting our backups going. So tēnā koe, thanks Paul for those reflections on what has been another great year for Achilles New Zealand. We're now going to show a photo slideshow of our Achilles 2025 year with some verbal prompts from myself, and the slideshow is in chronological order of some of our pinnacle and local events from January to December 2025, thanks to Debbie Quinn, our volunteer. And with a bit of luck, it's going to happen. Yep, volume. 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 There we go. So we're starting off, it's Wellington round the bays. Karen. Okay, this is still Wellington around the bays. Okay. We could just probably turn it down a little bit rather than kill it. Just pull it up a little. Up. Cool. That's fine. So we're on the Christchurch Marathon and Halberg Awards, Halberg Games. And now, moving to the Hamna Half. And a Tauranga local event, Wellington Marathon. Taupo Marathon. Still athletes and guides running Taupo Marathon.
into some local events. Run the Forest, our Hawke's Bay lead, and Teresa, Run the Forest. And then into Run the Night in Tauranga. Our very own Mike Lloyd. And then we're into New York Marathon, Terry O'Neill. And finishing off with the magnificent Auckland Marathon, a record number. And the squirrel had to feature. Finishing off, coming up, we have finishing off with still the Auckland Marathon. The wheelies in the Auckland Marathon. More photos of finishers at the finish line, guides and athletes, Auckland Marathon. And finishing off with the local event and the Manawatu Christmas Parade. Cool, thank you. We do have something else that everyone can hear and see later on. So thank you for your patience with that. Now to one of the highlights of our evening, celebrating our first round of exceptional members of our Achilles whānau. Paul and Lee will present our first round of awards, so we will get Paul back up. Lee will come and get you. Our awards cover the whole of the year 2025. Now, our winners have been chosen through nominations from across all Achilles chapters, with final selections made by the Achilles board. When I announce each winner, please come up to the stage to receive your award, then move to our photo area before returning to your seat. We want to keep things going, so unfortunately we won't have time for speeches. Sorry, folks. Unless you want to be here till midnight. Okay, so Paul's going to be in front of here. No, Paul's in front for the photo and you're shaking hands with them. David, can you get... So Paul's going to shake hands and be with the photo, and Lee is going to give out the award. So here we go, when they get themselves sorted. Athlete of the Year category. First up, this award recognises athletes who truly embody our values at Achilles New Zealand. These are people who show up regularly for training and events, set high personal standards and show incredible determination in pursuing their goals. We have 4 outstanding winners in this category. Our first winner, Athlete of the Year, Melissa Jones from Auckland. Mel, over here Mel, this way, yep, towards Lee. Mel is a vision impaired athlete, always happy and positive, is a regular attendee at trainings, both Auckland Central and travelling all the way from the North Shore to the New South Auckland chapter every fortnight. She enters events for herself personally and is encouraging mentoring other athletes, especially new to join training and enter events. She has been a true athlete advocate for Achilles Auckland this year. She has attended public speaking groups and has recently stepped up to the position of Athlete Support Coordinator and was also on the Auckland Chapter Committee. Mel is an integral athlete of the Auckland Achilles Chapter. Right, we've got it sorted now, the order. Excellent. Our next Athlete of the Year,
David Piper from Wellington. Accepting on David's behalf is Helen Johnson from Blind Sport New Zealand. Now, Dave is one of the OGs of Wellington chapter, and he has continued to turn up from day one. As a completely blind athlete, he is an absolute inspiration and has an incredible 2025 year. Now, this is quite a cool story. Josh, his guide, guided Dave through his first marathon in 2016, where he set his PB at 4 hours 19. In mid-2025, Dave completed the Wellington Marathon in just under 5 hours. He wasn't particularly pleased on how the day drew out, and he had his mind set on the Auckland Marathon in November last year. Dave trained the house down, running on his treadmill during weekdays and venturing out for big 2 to 3 hour runs with his guide Josh, as well as Achilles training. With some sage advice, he took on a walk-run protocol, and Dave ran what was seen as the near-perfect Auckland Marathon, turning back the clock to run a 4 hour 29 marathon time, 10 minutes off his PB set 9 years earlier. This turnaround over the 2025 year was an incredible journey and an amazing thing to witness from the man, the myth, the legend that is David Piper. Next, please join me in celebrating and welcoming to the stage our third Athlete of the Year, Jason Harris, Christchurch. Jason has been part of the Achilles Christchurch chapter for a number of years. When he first started running, he could not run very far, but with his sheer grit and determination, he is now running marathons and taking part in endurance events. Running is a huge part of Jason's life, where he has gained many, many friends and support to enable him to set his own personal goals. He is always very chatty and friendly and is an inspiration to other athletes and a popular member of the Achilles Christchurch chapter, as you can hear. Well done, Jason. Our final Athlete of the Year is Ella Clifford from Manawatu. Accepting on Ella's behalf is Manawatu co-chapter lead it is Lewis Marama. I didn't think it looked like Deb Shed. Yeah. Excellent. So Ella is a very deserving Athlete of the Year. She is consistent and dedicated member of the chapter, attending parkrun and training every week, participating in the Taupō and Auckland marathons, and always bringing her energy to the group. Ella loves good banter and has built some amazing relationships with other athletes and guides, becoming a much-loved part of the Manawatu community. She likes to do things her way, which is part of what makes her so special. Through being unapologetically herself, Ella has helped many of us learn more about autism and shown us all that there are no limits to what she can achieve. She is very deserving of this award and she should be a very proud recipient. Well done, Ella. Now we're moving on to Guide of the Year Awards. This category is for guides or a guide who embodies the values of and shows commitment to Achilles New Zealand and attends regular training events as an Achilles member. And we have 4 outstanding winners to celebrate. The first one, Lewis Marama from Manawatu. Lewis is an incredible, valuable member of the Manawatu chapter and consistently goes above and beyond in his role as a guide. He is always willing to step in, help out, and make sure things are organised so the athletes can have the best experience possible. His reliability, positive attitude, and genuine care for others make him someone that can always be counted on. Lewis has also travelled to other events to help athletes from other chapters participate in local events, giving up his weekends without another thought. Congratulations, Lewis. And our second Guide of the Year award goes to Sarah Pickering, Auckland South. Sarah is an essential guide and committee member for the newly formed South Auckland chapter. Sarah guides athletes of multiple disabilities and speeds and is one of our most adaptable guides. One new blind athlete who she guided in the Auckland Marathon the first time last year has stated, "I felt safe with Sarah throughout our trainings, and on the day Sarah boosted my confidence and encouraged me to keep pushing through, and still does to this day." As a guide herself, Sarah went over and above and made tethers for Achilles chapter kits across the country. She is a son with a severe disability and she still finds a huge amount of time to give back to our own Achilles athletes. Congratulations, Sarah. Our third Guide of the Year, Lydia White from Auckland. Accepting on Lydia's behalf is Auckland Chapter Lead, John Lurich. Lydia is an Auckland Chapter Guide and is on the committee. She has been consistent at all training sessions, along with extra sessions with James Carrick from the Waikato Chapter. Leading up to the New York Marathon last year, Lydia has been at several different events, travelling to different regions to guide athletes. She is a cool, calm and collected as a guide. Willingly takes on any pairing, walk or run, is happy, positive and encouraging. She also not overbearing and lets athletes speak in conversations and be independent, and truly understands that this is for the athlete, their time to shine. Congratulations, Lydia. And our fourth Guide of the Year, Miriam Morris from Manawatu. Accepting on her behalf, Manawatu Co-Chapter Lead, Susan Evans. Miriam is a guide as part of the mighty Manawatu chapter and brings a wealth of experience to Achilles, drawing on her Ironman background and experience. She is also so committed outside of the regular Achilles training, putting time into her athlete, who is actually coming up with Susan, Sharon, to bring their fitness up to a point where they can achieve their goals and help them improve their confidence. Her tips and tricks are so helpful and her personality just adds to the chapter. Miriam is the epitome of a fantastic guide and someone that is truly valued and appreciated in the Manawatu chapter. Congratulations, Miriam. Okay, and we are moving on to our final two awards of this round. They are for the Volunteer of the Year category. The person is a volunteer who belongs to an Achilles New Zealand chapter, and this person dedicates their time and is committed to the tasks of a volunteer for Achilles New Zealand. We have many amazing volunteers, but two winners have stood out amongst us. And the first winner of Volunteer of the Year, John Lurich, Auckland. John has been with Achilles for many years and initially set up the new South Auckland chapter last year, and then in late 2025 he agreed to take on the chapter lead role for Achilles Auckland after fantastic progress from former chapter lead Warren Payne. John then took over running and amalgamating both chapters under his stewardship and forming a committee. He is an amazing guide and regularly attends weekly events in both areas and spends both weekend days supporting the South Auckland sub-chapter on Saturdays and Central Auckland on Sundays and Wednesdays.
His selfless energy and commitment to Achilles is of the very highest standard. Congratulations, John. And our second volunteer of the year, Deb Shed, Manawatu. Deb is quite simply a force of nature. Under her leadership as co-chapter lead, the Manawatu chapter in 2025 has grown in membership once again, secured their own funding for their members, entered many local events and series, given some members their first time experience away from home at the Taupo Marathon, organised a coach, a bus, for over 30 members to go up and participate in the Auckland Marathon and help the chapter represent in the Christmas parade. A couple of comments from some Manawatu members that sum up Deb. She is the beating heart of the Manawatu chapter. Her dedication to all things Achilles is second to none. Congratulations, Deb. Kia ora. So, it's now my privilege to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. All the way from Ashburton, Terry O'Neill. Just a little bit about Terry before he comes up. Terry first got to know Achilles New Zealand when he travelled to New York for the 2015 New York Marathon. He joined a large team of athletes and guides, and although he hadn't been very involved with Achilles New Zealand before then, he quickly became part of the whānau. After losing his job last year and facing challenges finding new work, Terry decided it was time to set a new goal and focus on something positive. The New York Marathon has always been a meaningful experience before, and after getting a flat tyre mid-race back in 2015, he's always wanted another shot at the finish line. Terry is a push-rim racing chair athlete who completed the New York Marathon last year, and we couldn't be prouder that he represented Achilles New Zealand once again on the international stage. Please give him a big hand and a warm welcome to the stage, Terry O'Neill. Do you want to come up here or do you want? Where's Laura?
How did he get up there?
Elevator. Actually, I don't know how to work this, but anyway, does that help? Does that work for you?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, is that working? Yeah? Okay. This is a real privilege to be in front of you all. Achilles is a great organisation, and I've had the privilege, and it is a real privilege to, even closer, that's better. Yep. A real privilege to go to their.
I'll just get it going.
Is it?
It's not. Test.
No.
Oh, it's a microphone problem, isn't it?
Is there a hand?
Test. There we go. Right.
Okay. Okay, that's definitely better. Okay, yeah. So, it's a real privilege to have done the New York Marathon once, but doing it twice is just incredible. And if you're not aware, the New York Marathon is like the cornerstone event for Achilles. Very, very special event to be involved in. So I'm not sure if I actually realised how important it was when I was there in 2015, but I really got to enjoy it a lot more just recently. So I thought I'd start off and just introduce my background, having an injury and so forth. So what? Yeah, okay. Before my injury, I was a pretty active guy. I loved getting out and doing lots and lots of stuff. So that slide there, you can see my greatest passion was running, and this is why I've got into Achilles and racing in a wheelchair, but also just everything. I got into everything. I mountain biked, I windsurfed. What else have we got there? And rowing as well. And I still row now. Actually, I've got an adaptive boat at Lake Hood. So, and a real a lovely group of people that helped me out with that as well. So really lucky. But I was really active, and when I had my injury, I didn't realise how important being active was, having an injury, and over the years I've become more and more aware how important it is, not only for keeping your body healthy and all the rest of it, but it's the mind thing. And being in a community like this is just incredible. And I've really grown to appreciate it over the last, in 2015, being a more active part of the Canterbury chapter. What have we got? Our next slide there. Sorry. Okay, you can probably, why I'm on a wheelchair, that's because of that wee tree there. I fell out of that tree in 2013. Just keep going. I had a pretty, that expression of, oh my God. Yeah, it's a pretty graphic injury, and I saw that X-ray. I thought, okay, I'm not going to walk, and it was pretty categoric. I was going to be in a wheelchair after that. So we'll keep going. What have we got next? Okay, so skip forward. So that injury was in 2013. Somewhere along the line, I heard about the New York Marathon. A guy, Mike Brown, who's in Christchurch. A few people may have heard of him. He's Adaptify. He's right into trying to make people who have spinal injuries as active as possible. He's a real good guy. He did the marathon the previous year, and I thought, oh, that sounds like a good idea. And then I was lucky enough to be involved in I was a speaker at my brother's. They had a health and safety event for Shell Energy in Wellington, and because I did it voluntary, and they felt very guilty because apparently my talk had quite an impact on a lot of people. Nothing like talking to people about health and safety when you've actually, something's happened to you that's pretty categorical, pretty life-changing. And these people really did actually understand what was going on. This is what happens if you don't get a health and safety right. Anyway, they ended up raising $5,000 for me after that event, because they said, okay, the Z Energy said they'll double whatever donations were made, and $2,500 was spent. So by the different people involved in that event, and I thought, shit, I better do this now. So it got real. I was lucky. That was in February. The event's in November, and I threw myself into it. I was working at the stage, so it wasn't easy, but amazing. So that photo there is us at the airport in Los Angeles. The massive group of people. We had a lot of unsighted athletes with their guides. I don't know. I haven't. Lee's obviously in a wheelchair athlete, but there's not that many wheelchair athletes, I think, out there. But there was I can't remember the guy's name now. A guy who had no legs, and he actually cycled it with what was remaining of his legs. I can't remember. Lee, yeah, he was involved in there was an explosion in a underground thing in Auckland, and it was a horrendous event. Amazing guy. So that's what Achilles is all about, meeting people that have, triumphed through, what is adversity. So everybody's got these athletes have been through all sorts of problems. So we've got next there. Okay, that photo there was taken by my cousin who lives in the States. And just up in the top corner of it is me. But in front of me is all these really elite athletes. So there was quite a difference between the two events. So the 2025 event was different from the point of view at the start. I was thrown with all these elite athletes, and you start at the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, which it's not a great way to start a marathon. It's a hell of a hill, and especially in a wheelchair, it makes it really, really tough. Tiny little push runs. And anyway, these elite guys, they disappeared, and I was left in their dust basically. And and I spent the whole race basically almost by myself. It was bizarre, but again, it was amazing because you had these wide open streets and these crazy New York people screaming, and it was just insane. And what's the next photo we got there? One thing about being a wheelchair athlete, have a look at that photo. You spend a lot of time looking at the pavement. It's part of the territory, but it was, but you do get a chance to look up and see the amazing things going on around you. It was, as was mentioned earlier, I had a flat tyre. It wasn't quite halfway through, but it was at a pretty difficult part of the race. If you're doing, people who've done the New York Marathon, you start going up Fifth Avenue, and Fifth Avenue is this false flat. Well, it's not a false, it's probably a hill. It is tough because you're getting towards the end of the race, and I got a bloody flat tyre. It was terrible, and I was just going. I was looking around. Anybody got a pump? Of course, nobody's got a pump. So I battled through it, and I think I finished the race in just over 3 hours, which I was aiming to beat 3 hours. So I was pretty happy for the fact I'd managed to battle through this adverse event. So what's the next? So that there is the Round the Bays back in 2016. So I did a wee bit more wheelchair racing after that. Then I sort of life got too busy. It takes a lot of work training, so I gave it a rest. What have we got next there? Okay. So as was mentioned, I unfortunately. Okay, this is maybe an opportunity as well. Unfortunately, I lost my job. So anybody who's looking for a really cool guy in Canterbury to help out with whatever, I'm your man. Still looking for a job. I don't know how many jobs I've applied for, but it's tough out there. But anyway, I was thrown this opportunity where I all of a sudden had a lot of free time, and this little kernel in the back of my mind saying I really wanted to do the marathon again after having this flat tyre, and I saw an opportunity and reached out, and Achilles really helped out. They gave me a scholarship to get over there. I became an active part of the chapter here in Canterbury and met some really lovely people, and it comes back to that thing where exercise is not only good for the body, but being in a position where you lose your job, you're down in the mouth a wee bit, exercising actually really does help you. actually, what I haven't mentioned so far, I was going to do it right at the start. My lovely partner over there, Yvonne, I wouldn't, through training, through to going to New York, she has been an integral and essential part of me being able to achieve. So just like having a guide, she's managed to pick me up when I've been down. I think the next photo is a good one there. That's me down. I did that a few times actually. It's funny, I know being older or something, I'm not too sure, but I had all sorts of problems loading into my wheelchair, but I did get it better as time wore on. So I love that photo. It was a screenshot off the Christchurch Marathon 2016 website, and those muscles. I got some real muscles there. But that was a great event as well. The Christchurch Half Marathon. I did it actually in 2015 as well. So I did a half marathon. It's a really good way to get into the competitive thing, and I threw myself into it. I probably went too hard because I could hardly move. I think for a couple of days afterwards. But a really fun event, great people, and it was a great day as well. Hopefully it's going to be maybe not quite as great, but weather-wise, but hopefully it's going to be good tomorrow as well. But okay, that's my support crew there. I've mentioned Yvonne's in the middle there, the rose between the two thorns. That's me on the left, and my lovely son. I've got to mention Harry O'Neill. He is having the time of his life. He's over in Canada, whitewater kayaking, which he loves. And he's in British Columbia, cooking and skiing and just bumming around. Good stuff. But he drove all the way across the continent to see his old man, which it was amazing. He met us at JFK Airport. After I told him the wrong date to start with, so he got there a day early. Very embarrassing, but he didn't sort of miss a beat, and he somehow shoehorned us and our luggage, 2 wheelchairs, 2 people, a lot of luggage, into his tiny little Toyota, whatever, and drove us into Manhattan. Amazing. He's a lovely boy. Okay, that's probably not how you're supposed to prep for a marathon, but that's what we did. The day before the marathon was the Irish All Black Test. So we went up the Empire State Building, and that's where some of the other photos were from. But then afterwards, my cousin and her husband found this Irish bar, which was amazing. And we watched a lovely All Black victory because we had a couple of Irish girls sitting at our table, and they were yelling and screaming for Ireland, but we managed to squeak in. But unfortunately, 3 pints of Guinness went down over that, and I think it didn't do me too bad. But anyway, okay, and this start line is just, this is why I wanted to take the other photo from my cousin. The start line for the 2025 marathon was totally different. The elites had gone, I think, about half an hour before us, and we lined up. We had a mixture of people like myself, who I'd call myself definitely a recreational athlete, definitely not an elite. So there was some other recreational athletes, and we had a lot of other Achilles people, which is really, really cool. Achilles, the New York Marathon is amazing. They have a massive tent. I unfortunately didn't get any breakfast from my hotel. They managed to stuff that up, but at the Achilles tent, they've got bagels, they've got coffee, they've got water, and it's all just supplied there for you. So I managed to chow down. Sorry? Yeah, heaters, yeah, it was, yeah, because it is quite chilly first thing. Anyway, so we skipped the race, so that's us. No photos. What I can tell you about the race is really tough. It's a couple of, you've got the big bridge at the start, but probably the hardest part of the, apart from going up Fifth Avenue for flat tyre, the other time was going over the Queensborough Bridge, which seems to go on forever and ever. You've got again a rise, and then you get to go sliding down the other side, which is quite nice. The unfortunate thing about the Queensborough Bridge is I told my lovely partner that I'll come down here, have a look at, this is where I'll come off the bridge, but they changed they changed where we came down, so we're on the other side of the bridge. She never saw me. But so yeah, these things happen. But and then you've got the mass. You come down the Queensborough Bridge, and then you go up First Avenue, which seems to go on forever. And so I think you're going up up First Avenue. It's about 30 k's, and it's what have we got? Is there any more slides there? Is that it? That's it. Okay, that's all right. Nothing else to see. You go up First Avenue, and it goes on and on and on. By that stage, I'm in sort of autopilot, and I'm just concentrating about getting to the end. My cousin, who didn't make the marathon in 2015, made a special effort and actually got a hotel on First Avenue so she could just go out and see me go past. And she was yelling and screaming. She sent me a video, and I never heard her. I never, because I don't know, it's just that focus. Same thing with my son, he was up towards the finish at Central Park, and he was yelling and screaming, New Zealand flag, the whole lot. I never saw him. You're totally focused on getting to the end. But like I say, it was an absolute privilege to be in that marathon. It was an absolute privilege to represent the chapter as well. And if anybody, if you can't do the marathon, if you can go to the marathon to New York when the marathon's on, it's just absolutely epic. My partner unfortunately yeah, she knows what I'm going to talk about. My partner is from the Waikato, and she hasn't got a cowbell, but she'd love to have one. But I never knew there were so many cowbells in New York. The noise and these cowbells and the screaming though, it's just an insane event. And Achilles are so cool. That's such a good. You guys. No, just take my hat off to you. Great. I don't know what else to say, really. But yeah, thank you very much, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. But yeah, New York Marathon, brilliant.
So thank you very much, Terry. Cheers for that. That was fantastic. It makes me want to go back to New York, never. Or not to do the marathon anyway, but New York was an amazing place, wonderful people. So now we're at dinner, and we're going to get called up. Is that right? We get called up? Tables at a time, and it's buffet style, so grab what you want, load up the plate as much as you can eat, put in your pockets and take it for tomorrow. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again after dinner. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. Before we get into dinner, is there anyone that would like to say karakia before we start?
Otherwise, it's me.
Yes? No? Okay, we've got a Maya. Here you go. Here's one we've prepared earlier.
Pete, you want to?
Oh, there is? Okay.
Kia ora, Pete.
Thank you, Pete.
Kia ora. Mihi atu ki a koutou mo tēnei pō. Tātou nei inoi mo ta pō nei. Kia nau mai ngā hua o te wao, o te waitai, o te wai Māori, nā tāne, nā rongo, nā rahumea tiki tiki, ngā tāngā roa, ko rangi nui e tui honei ko papa tuanuku e tākoto nei, tūturu whakamaua kia tina,
Tina.
hui e.
Tai ki e.
Okay, we're going to do that again. Eh? So when I say tina, everyone says tina. When I say hui e, everyone says tā iki e. Are you all ready? Kia whakamaua kia tina,
Tina.
hui e.
Tai ki e.
Ka pai tēnā. Mihi atu kia koutou.
Awesome. So there's about an hour and a quarter, well, probably about an hour for dinner and dessert. The cash bar's still open, so go and help yourself and redo your drinks. And we'll see you in about an hour's time. If you hit dietary requirements, vegan, gluten-free, dairy
dairy-free, vegetarian, just come and see them. They've got some stuff set aside for you. Just go up to the table and let them know.
got about 10 more minutes before we start again, about 10 minutes. So you can grab, yeah. Dessert's just about to come out. I'm wondering if
What about this one?
Test, test. 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 Test, test.
both got fluffies? So that's the
Yes. The great Kai and Kōrero. Now it's time to continue celebrating our Achilles whānau with our second round of awards. I'd like to invite board members Deb Sheard and Keith Mitchell to help present these awards. Let's give them a round of applause. So one of you here and one of you over there.
Deb's more photogenic than me. So Deb can have the photo spot.
Okay, while these two fight out who's going to be in the photo, we'll get into it. So, this round of awards, Most Improved Member category, we have two winners. This award recognises someone who has shown outstanding personal development as part of the Achilles community. Their journey might include overcoming physical challenges, building confidence, or achieving goals that they once thought impossible. Our first Most Improved Member, Tara Johnson-Lynch from Manawatu. And accepting on her behalf is co-chapter lead Susan Evans. Tara deserves the Most Improved Award for the incredible progress she has made through her determination, commitment and positive attitude. She has shown real growth in both her confidence and ability, continually pushing herself and embracing new challenges. Tara's hard work and willingness to keep improving has been inspiring to everyone around her, and her progress over the year has truly stood out. She is a loved member of the Manawatu chapter. Congratulations, Tara. Our second Most Improved Award winner is Neomaki Piho Aka Penta from Auckland South. And accepting on Penta's behalf is Auckland chapter lead John Lurich. Neomaki Aka Penta joined the South Auckland sub-chapter as soon as it was set up in 2025. She uses a walker for stability and support and is also vision and hearing impaired. On her first week, Penta managed 1 kilometre, often stopping for rests. However, that was still further than she had walked in over 2 years. Penta said that the doctor told her to start walking and doing more exercise that would help her condition, and she was bedridden throughout COVID. She'll tell you she didn't believe in, so she didn't do it, but now she will tell you she can see why the doctor told her that it has helped. Fast forward to the end of 2025, and Penta now consistently walks over 3K, sometimes 4K. Her goal was to complete the full 5 kilometre park run course. We can't wait to see Penta crack that 5 kilometre mark and then be able to enter events and be awarded, given her first ever event medal. Kia ora, Penta. And we're moving on quickly to Rookie of the Year Athlete category. This award is for an athlete who became a member of Achilles New Zealand during 2025 and has shown commitment to attend regular trainings, events, and has achieved some or all of their own personal goals. And the winner this year is Daryl Allen from Manawatu. Accepting on his behalf is one of the Manawatu members, Chris O'Hara. It is. Daryl is a valued member of the Achilles Manawatu group who has made a fantastic start since joining. He consistently pushes himself and approaches every challenge with determination and a positive attitude. A highlight of his achievements in 2025 was travelling with the team to Auckland and successfully completing the 11-kilometre event, a great accomplishment. Daryl is a keen bean, an absolute character who comes with his caregiver and gives it all. He loves Achilles, and the Manawatu chapter love having him in their group. Congratulations, Daryl. Next, Rookie of the Year, the Guide category, and there is one winner. The award is for a guide who became a member of Achilles in 2025 and has shown commitment to learn to be a guide. They are now a regular guide who has built trust and rapport with athletes and other guides, volunteers within their chapter. And the winner is Mark Fleming from Auckland South. Accepting on his behalf is Auckland South Committee member Sarah Pickering. Mark joined the South Auckland chapter when it was first set up in 2025. He attends regularly. He supports the spirit of Achilles, especially with clothing, often matching shoes, sunnies, cap, and even his watch strap to the iconic bright yellow. Mark also guides outside of set Achilles training, mostly with Thomas Koish, our staff member from last year, on his own accord. When meeting a new athlete, Mark will ask them what is needed from him as a guide. Mark willingly jumped on board the Auckland committee and given help when it was needed, and actively promoted events for athletes to participate in and him to guide in. Congratulations, Mark. Couple more categories in this awards round. First one, Youth Athlete of the Year. The award is for an athlete under 24 years in 2025 who embodies the values of Achilles and attends training regularly. This young person sets high personal standards and has shown determination in pursuance of their goals. And as you can see, Youth Athlete of the Year, Tamaho Hicks from Tauranga. Tamaho in 2025 was 11 years old, and accepting on his behalf is Waikato chapter lead and their sister chapter, Yoke Fong. Tamaho is one of our Tauranga vision impaired youth athletes and is a hugely deserved winner for his outstanding achievements. He has raised the profile and awareness of Achilles to attract national media attention, particularly when he was guided by Sam Ruth. Tamaho has a never say die attitude and completed a total of 35 events across 2025. A few of his main achievements were winning the under 13 division at the Auckland Half Marathon Series, 4 golds at the Waikato Bay of Plenty Athletic Champs, 4 silvers and a gold at the Colgate Games and a gold at the Ames Games cross country. One of his guys summed him up, Tamaho, what can I say, what a champ. Congratulations, Tamaho. And we move on to Veteran Athlete of the Year. There is one winner. This award is for an athlete over the young age of 60 in 2025 and who embodies the values of Achilles, attends regular trainings and sets high personal standards and shown determination in pursuing their goals. And the winner of the Veteran Athlete of the Year this year is Douglas Chi from Christchurch. Want to come up, Douglas? Douglas is a long-time member of the Achilles Christchurch chapter. At 79, Doug ran the Bulla Half Marathon in February last year for the 30th consecutive time. He also completed the Sydney Half Marathon in May last year. Doug is an amazing example that age is no barrier despite his ever-reducing vision. He also completed the New York Marathon with Rosie and Brittany in 2023 and hasn't looked back since, even overcoming a recent stroke. Doug can be seen at Sunday trainings regularly and for a coffee with the Christchurch chapter, and is a true legend of Achilles. Congratulations, Doug. And please join me one more time in celebrating these remarkable athletes and guides who show us that excellence knows no age or ability limits. Homai te paki paki. I'll get the cheers.
Okay, now I'm going to call 3 different people up to have a discussion guide panel up here. The first person we have, and I'll read off a spiel as they make their way up, is Deb. So Deb Shared, I'm going to take my glasses off again, sorry. Deb Shared is a key co-chapter lead in our Achilles, yeah it is Achilles, Manawatu chapter, where she has been a vital part of the team since inception. Her involvement began when she brought a friend to the first training session, and the rest, as they say, is history. Deb is known to be are you a fun guide?
I hope so.
Not a fun guy. No. And ensures everyone she guides, which is a wide range of athletes, is enjoying themselves and supports them to strive for their own goals. We are so fortunate to have you as a leader and a guide here, Deb. Thank you. Your continued contributions are a testament to your heart and commitment to the mission of Achilles, and a warm welcome to Deb Shared.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, talk a bit louder. And I'll put that down. Mark Boone. Mark Boone is our second guide panellist this evening, a fantastic Mark Boone. Mark's journey into running began unexpectedly in 2019 while attending a speech by an unwell friend. 2 months later, he found himself volunteering with Achilles, and everything has changed. He began running regularly with the legendary Mike Asmussen, thank you, helping him with his 289th, is that right?
Pretty close, yeah.
Park run before Mark passed away last year. Mark, you are a legend yourself, and we are delighted to have you here to share with your experiences and your knowledge. Thank you. Mark was an Achilles guide for the rest of last year and is a member of Achilles Christchurch Committee and a Parkrun ambassador. So please welcome Mark Boone. John Larich. Thank you, John. And finally, we welcome John, last but not least. John started last year as the Assistant Auckland Chapter Lead and has started up the sub-chapter, Achilles South Auckland. He is now a current Auckland Chapter Lead and is one of our most versatile, dedicated, experienced guys we have in Achilles in our family. John was one of Achilles Guides of the Year in 2024 and helped the incredible Mark Lloyd make it to his 11th New York Marathon the same year. It was also his PB marathon, wasn't it? It was incredible. Give it up for the incredible John. Thank you. John, I'll ask you questions and then if you can pass it around. Is that right? Thank you. So the first question to our panellists that they'll answer by themselves is explain in a few paragraphs or shortly how you got into guiding for Achilles.
Thank you. I got involved in Achilles when they started in Palmerston North, or there was an advert on Facebook to say they were starting up, and I took along my great friend Sharon, who's sitting over there, and Donna, and I rang Sharon and said, we're going to this. And so away we went, and yeah, like the rest is kind of history. So we've met so many great people through the chapter, so right up here. Oh, I don't want to be too loud. So it's been great to come along and meet so many great people. Pass it on.
Nice work.
Short and sweet.
How good. I've actually just caught Anton. He's in the Kurumai there, and he's actually part of the reason why I'm here. So it's a big thank you to Anton, because he thought that I could do it. Big part of obviously guiding is being able to talk and run, and I like talking and running. So that sort of works pretty good. But it is a thing, isn't it? You know, like you have to be able to, obviously with visually impaired athletes, to be able to verbally communicate where they're going, how things are going, keep them going, that sort of thing. There we go, how good. So that was kind of a good fit. So you just met Anton through Parkrun. He got me in along to a session. I didn't know much about guiding. I thought it was just like people just taking tours of Hagley Park or something, but it was obviously way more than that. And just got involved with Mike, and that sort of just fell into place a little bit. Obviously became a pretty deep friendship with that lady in the red straight ahead, and we did our first half that about 2 months later, didn't we? In the heat at Leaston, the bright lights of my hometown, and we know what happened that day, but it was just a good day, you know. Yeah, we know what happened that day. That's right. We won't talk about it. It was very hot, and yeah, we made a pact not to leave anyone behind, and we didn't. So we got it done together and made it work. So yeah, that's how I got involved with it. Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride.
That's very good stuff. Kia ora koutou team. Yeah, I got involved with Achilles. It was about 8 years ago. I was running with a particular young Mr. Jackson, you probably know him, and a particular Mr. John Bowden as well. And yeah, it's again park runs. Park runs have got a lot to answer for in this day and age. It's a great way of bringing people together. It's a great way of giving athletes and guides the opportunity, because it's that nice 5 kilometre distance. And yeah, and that's how it all turned around for me. And then it just became a way of life, Achilles, because I enjoy giving back to others and seeing other athletes and guide as well, as you can tell by the shields on our table, doing something that they enjoy and that's rewarding. So yeah, the rest is, as we've all said, it's just happens, and it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. It's just so enjoyable.
Hang on to the mic there, John. Hang on to the mic there, John, and I'll ask you a question, and then you can go back the other way. So next, what makes guiding and the guiding partnership so enjoyable?
Oh, where do I start? I know we've got a race starting at 7:30 tomorrow morning. For me and the other guys that I work with as well, it's just seeing the satisfaction of athletes achieving something personal, whether it's a personal best, whether it's a personal distance, just doing something that they enjoy and having the opportunity to run, walk, whatever they're doing with somebody they trust. And it's a friendship as well. It's not just being a guide for that race. You get this special bond and connection that you understand the person. So for me, it's just that sort of the friendship, the camaraderie, the shits, the giggles, all those sort of things that goes along with being a guide. And just, you know, I think every time I go over a finishing line of an event, I just end up breaking down in tears, because it is such an emotional moment. So it just makes it very special. And every race is different. Every race is absolutely, now I've done it. And every race is different.
Yeah, good. What was the question again? That's all good. I'll try and keep it short. I mean, for me, I've been quite blessed with, obviously, to run with amazing humans. Obviously, Paul Barclay's in this room. Josh is, obviously, and obviously Mike can no longer be with us, but they're still part of it. You know, even though Mike's not here, he's still part of my journey. You know, and probably for me, being able to guide Mike on his last trip in this world. You know, when he left into the funeral and stuff like that, was probably one of the most humbling moments that I've been a part of. You know, so it wasn't even about running; it was just about the human. You know, so I think times are cool, but if I was about time, I wouldn't be here. You know, we're here to have time with humans. You know, it's not about the clock tomorrow; it's about each other. You know, and being inclusive, and that's something I've been quite lucky to, obviously share with Paul and Mike and Josh on those events. But I feel like, Achilles, I'm always going to have to give more to it, because it's always given more to me. You know, like it's not the medals aren't part of it. It's not all about it. It's just actually about each other. You know, like the stuff that I did with Mike, I never thought that would end. You know, I always thought they would always be there. You know, that bond, and then once minute, just a bit of timing and everything, and it's not there, so you just got to enjoy the moments. And I know there'll come a time probably when Barclay won't want to do marathons anymore, but until he stops doing it, I'll always be there to help him, and he's got his team around him, and it does take a village, it's not just down to one human. So I'm probably grateful for, obviously, not just the athletes but the guides that get it done. It's not just about one person on the track, it's all the other people that get them there, so I'm probably just grateful for those, that support of like the Antons and stuff to, get me into it, and my mate Jeremy and things like that. It's a lot of people that get you to where you are, it's not just from within, it's a lot of people outside of it as well, Yeah.
Thank you. I definitely agree with everything that they've already said. For me, it's part of seeing each of our athletes achieve, and being part of their journeys. So, and it's the little things as well, and it's not just the things that we do at Achilles, it's the things that we do outside of Achilles that makes it really special. And you can just see them grow, and everyone's stepping out of their comfort zones, and that includes the guides. You know, I've had so many guides that have just done amazing, incredible things. So I don't think it's always about the athletes. Sometimes it's about us guides as well. Yeah. Sorry?
Nice.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we've got guides here tonight that, you know, I didn't think that they would be guides. You know, like I've tried to get them to come along, and now they're some of our most amazing guides, and they get just as much out of it. We have a new guide in our chapter that gets just as much out of it. You know, he said that than he thinks he gives to the athletes that are doing it. So, yeah, for me, I love seeing them step out of their comfort zone, and love to see them achieving their goals.
Nicely slides into our next question, which is what do you need to know from an athlete to guide for them better, to guide them better?
Yeah. I think it's about getting to know them. Everybody is different. Like no one athlete is the same. Everybody has their own ways that they like to do things. So it's about building that relationship, getting to know them, like what they like to do outside of Achilles also. And then on the day, it's about adjusting. Things happen, like you can train and something might happen that you weren't expecting, so it's about just changing things on the day to make it work.
Yeah, I guess for me, like a lot of my early, running was with Mike. When I started running, I was pretty new to it, so the running and the guiding just sort of grew together really for me. And with Mike, it was pretty easy to know what was going wrong and just keep him going straight and that sort of thing. So obviously, like we already touched on, a lot of verbal communication. But I think what I've been quite lucky with before, I touched on before, is having that that emotional understanding of the athlete as well. Like so you actually get to know them as a human. And so if things aren't going well, you kind of feel it. I know one of the runs we did, long runs with Mike, one time with our mate Simon. I was feeling actually a bit average, and then actually realised Mike was feeling pretty average too. And then we sort of picked each other up to get over that. It was just a training run in Hagley, but I think stuff like that you just learn. You can't really be taught it. You just learn as you go, and it's not. I've never been taught to guide. I've just been lucky that I've been able to learn from good people, like Paul, and Josh has his own quirks as well, in terms of how he mainly it's about Powerades and scones at the end of the run. But, ultimately, it's just about keeping it fun, and I think as long as you can keep it, balanced and level, it makes running a lot easier, The running's almost secondary, really. It's just, you're just there for the ride, So, yeah.
Yeah, as both Dave and Mark said, it is about the fun. It's not about taking your life too seriously. And for me, running with another Mike Lloyd, you might probably know the name. He's also got Parkinson's, so not every kilometre is the same as the one before. So just adapting and understanding where Mike's coming from, and just listening and chatting. And Mike is a legend in himself, and he's taught me all I know. And I think every time we go out for a run together, I always learn something new from Mike. And, it is just about listening and also understanding and not judging the person either, or your athlete, and just accepting, as Mark said, not every day is going to be the same. We all have good days, we all have bad days, but any run is a good run. And any time together is a good time. And, that's what it's all about, and just giving back.
Thank you. Now, how do you balance your own training and participation in events with guiding?
Oh, balance. That's a glass of wine in each hand, isn't it?
Balance.
Yeah, all the way around. It's hard. It's not hard. I mean, I balance my training in with Achilles as well. I use that as part of my training. And, short runs, long runs, fast runs, slow runs, it's all taken into consideration. So, the longer runs I probably do on my own and with two other amazing guys I've got in my chapter. We've sort of mixed up the three amigos or the three musketeers or the three blind mice sometimes. But, so those longer runs we do together. But the shorter runs, are generally done with our Achilles, with Thomas on a Wednesday and my 2 chapters over the alternating weekend. So that's how I mix my training up.
Yeah, for me, I don't like to use the word training. I just like to run. Training sounds pretty serious to me. And I've always been probably a bit lucky that, I don't want to use this word lightly, but the running comes naturally. You know what I mean? And if the athletes need that ability or that help to run, then I'll give it. If Paul wants to run a marathon, even if it isn't fielding, I'll go. Because it's just running. Yeah, absolutely. I need to tell you, do I? Honestly, it's just it's not about where you're running, as long as you're running. So. For me, I could be doing the half tomorrow, but I'd rather do it with Josh or whoever, It's just a lot better running together with someone else, than it is running against the clock, It comes with a lot more pressure, And I could come out of it tomorrow with, sort of a shared achievement with him. And I know, personally knowing Josh, his story is pretty amazing. If I get to play a part in that tomorrow, then that's pretty special, It's not everyone gets a chance to do it, so... A lot of people will just be running it for themselves tomorrow, but we're all pretty lucky in this room. Most of us will be doing it with someone by our side, or whether they're visually impaired or on the neurodiverse spectrum. It doesn't matter. We're all runners at the end of the day. We're not any different from anyone else. The fact that we're in yellow, that's the only difference, really. So yeah, I think we're pretty lucky in that regard. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't do anything else.
Okay, so that's it. We're done.
Yeah. So everything I do pretty much revolves around Achilles now, and that's how I love it. I don't want to do anything on my own. I like doing it, and I love that I can do it with other people. So that's me, and that's all of us.
Sounds like that's Deb's life now, is Achilles. So thank you very much, all 3 of you. I have a koha thank you. If you can take one, pass it on, Deb. Thank you very much. Again, thank you on behalf of Achilles, on behalf of your athletes, on behalf of your chapters and teams. It means a lot to all of us. Thank you so much. And now we can sit... Thank you. Not for me, clap for them. Oh, damn. Amazing. Thank you. So now you can sit back. There is a video. Sit back and relax and take a look and hear from some of our athletes, members across the country, and why they take part in Achilles New Zealand and what they get out of it being part of our amazing whānau.
Hi, my name's Lauren and I'm at Achilles Christchurch and Abu and I joined Achilles because I really wanted to get back to the community and I thought it was a great way to do that.
I like Achilles. I like joining Achilles, the people, kind and sweet.
Being able to travel and giving back through guiding, through runners coming through with disabilities.
Hello, I'm Sally Marston and I'm part of Achilles Waikato since 2017 and I enjoy walking and running with the guides and athletes, and my biggest achievement was doing the New York City Marathon in 2019.
I get a lot out of it personally. A sense of, I guess, satisfaction of well-being and feeling like you're actually helping somebody.
I love Achilles because I love going out for walks with the team and I love running fast down the hill.
Hi, I'm Deborah. I'm part of Achilles Christchurch, and the reason why I like being part of Achilles is because I like being out outdoors and working with other people.
Hi, my name is Donna and I'm part of the Level 2 Achilles. I love Achilles, I love the people. I've got my best friends here and we do lots and we go lots of places and we achieve our goals. which is fantastic.
Hi, I'm Dilwyn. I love Achilles. I love to walk. Super friendly people, encouraging. The guides are fantastic. Go Achilles!
Just to stand strong as part of the group, I can encourage others to come along too. And let them know that there's life after.
Tēnā koutou, e mihi ana ki a tātou nei rangatira o tātou nei rōpū te rōpū Achilles Panawatu, nō reira, mihi atu. Too much as Achilles, it's good people, good times, and good places that we go to as well. Kia ora.
Love to be a part of Achilles. Gives people with disabilities a chance to take part in able-bodied activities, be seen, be heard, and be inclusive.
So, meeting all the different ones with disability, all the different degrees of disabilities.
But the biggest thing I think about Manawatu Achilles is the people. Like, I've made so many friends and I just love meeting them every Tuesday night, and we have so much fun and so many laughs. I couldn't be without Achilles now. Love it.
I love being with my fellow athletes, and also Achilles has helped me leave an abusive relationship. It's given me independence and confidence and be able to speak up when I need to and keep moving forward and setting goals.
I do Achilles because you get to meet some incredible people, you get to run with some incredible athletes and help support them to be able to get out and exercise.
Like being an Achilles?
Yes, Achilles, and Hamilton, good, Hamilton.
Enjoy meeting new people and socialising with them, and also running with them.
I like coming along every week to training and going to park run on Saturdays and coming along every second Sunday to see everybody and have fun and train for our events.
I enjoy Achilles because I like helping people to improve mainly. That's really the only reason. And all my coaching career, both in athletics and rugby, has been to help people.
I've been with Achilles for 5 years, I really enjoy it. I've done 4 marathons and about 20 half marathons, done Hamilton around the bridges blocks. Really good, helpful guidance, very good guidance. Haven't had too many falls, but it's really good.
We like Achilles because they're my best friends.
Go Achilles! So there you have it, a few words from our members around the country and why they like being part of Achilles. We are moving on to awards round 3. As we continue our evening of celebration, I'd like to invite our board members Luke Bailey and Natasha Cubis to join me in presenting our final round of awards. Come on up. Just a reminder, when I call out each winner, please come forward to receive your award and then move to our photo area before returning to your seat. So the first award in this round is the Kia Kaha Award. There is one winner. This award is celebrating an individual who has kept going through adversity and found strength through their Achilles journey. And the winner is, we will get there, drum roll, Samantha Kelly from Manawatu. There she is. Yes, come on up, Samantha. Sam is a wonderful example. Is she coming up? Oh, she's not here. Deb Sheard's going to come up. She's a wonderful example of determination, courage and resilience. Despite undergoing knee operation, she continues to show up to trainings and events whenever she can and remains positive. She hasn't let the challenges faced her hold her back, and her attitude and commitment are truly inspiring. Sam's perseverance and willingness to stay involved make her a valued member of the Achilles community. Hopefully next year can be onwards and upwards for Sam as she makes some major life changes. Congratulations, Sam. Our next award, Spirit of Achilles. There are 2 winners. This is for an individual who represent the heart of our Achilles community. This person can be an athlete, guide, or volunteer. And this person truly depicts the spirit of Achilles New Zealand through their attitude and behaviour. And we have 2 winners who stood out. The first winner of the Spirit of Achilles Award, Ngāwari Maihi from Manawatu. And accepting the award on Ngāwari's behalf is Manawatu co-chapter lead, Deb Sheard. Ngāwari, a gorgeous, kind-hearted athlete, warms the heart of many with his aroha and love of making meaningful, heartfelt thank you speeches at the end of trainings. This athlete comes to trainings proudly wearing medals from walking events and or Special Olympics medals. He brought the Manawatu chapter even closer together to fill his dream of having an Achilles float in the Palmerston North Christmas parade last year. Because of his absolute passion, many came together to help and be there on the day to take part. This resulted in winning the best community float. However, the best reward was seeing the happy tears of a dream come true. His enthusiasm, commitment and community spirit perfectly embody what Achilles is all about. Congratulations, Ngāwari.
And everyone can help us celebrate Ngāwari because he helps us to warm up. And this is his warm-up routine, so please join in. Those of you who can stand. If not, join in anyway. Chicken.
Chicken. Banana. Chicken. Banana. Chicken. Banana.
Me atu kia koe ho, ti hei.
Mauri ora. Kia ora. Our second Spirit of Achilles Award goes to Susan Evans from Manawatu. Susan looks surprised. However, this co-chapter lead epitomises the Achilles spirit, leading as an athlete, inspiring others to overcome their challenge and demonstrating real grit and determination in achieving her goals. Susan is always dealing with injuries and trialling prosthetics, but never gives up. She completed Mount Tarawera in shocking weather, but didn't deter her and knuckled down to succeed. She embodies what being part of our Team Achilles is and doesn't use the brand to her own benefit. She ensures other athletes' needs are met before her own. She is also a critical lead in the Manawatu chapter, growing the chapter, organising and making people's dreams come true. Congratulations, Susan. Awesome, and we have come to our final award of the evening. It is the Chapter of the Year category, and obviously there is one winner. We have 11 chapters, and we're hoping to grow over the next wee while. This award is for the Achilles chapter, who embodies the values of Achilles New Zealand and has shown commitment to their own members within their own chapter. And well, what can we say about this chapter? Of course, it is Manawatu. If we could get the co-chapter leads to come up. Their continual growth, nurturing culture, their commitment to each other, their pure joy in supporting each other, from local Strider events to Wellington Round the Bays, Taupo Marathon, a first out of town for a few, and finishing off 2025 with a huge Manawatu team road trip to participate in the Auckland Marathon. Manawatu, you are absolutely extraordinary. Please, all members here tonight from the Manawatu chapter, give them a big warm round of applause. And there is a little video clip that really depicts Manawatu. So just take a quick look at this. There they are, Manawatu chapter. Let's give him another round of applause. And now to wrap up the evening, let's take a quick look back at 2025 and what is in store for 2026. 2025, round the bays, we started in February, and we had the Achilles Awards last year. It was a little bit of an upgrade from the one before, so we're carrying on that spirit. Christchurch Marathon in April, Auckland Marathon in November, were our three pinnacle events for 2025. Auckland Marathon, we had over 130 participants, which is a record ever, and it was the first time we had a wheelie section in the half marathon. New York Marathon, we had two athletes, Terry, as you've heard from tonight, and James Carrick. We increased our membership. We never actually had an actual number, so we started off with 350. By the end of 2025, we ended up with 500, or just over, so it's a big increase. So the chapter growth and support has been massive. We've improved our health and safety processes. Guides probably hate us if we say the word MOJ, criminal check, but it is necessary to keep everyone safe. It's the law, there you go. We've increased our funding overall. We've got a couple of 3-year funding applications, which obviously help more long term. And we're increasing, which was able to help us increase our hours. So we've got some part-time staff, and I was able to go full-time. The board is working with Sport New Zealand to access governance support. And lastly, we have improved our awareness and partnerships. There are some of our partners in this room today, and our awareness is improving. A lot of people, when I first came on board, didn't know Achilles. They thought it was only for blind vision impaired people, so that was a misconception. But also, as soon as I said the bright yellow guides running around with people, that's Achilles. So they know our brand, they know our shirts, but they don't necessarily know our name. So we need to keep putting it out there. I'm going to pass it on to Lee just to finish off, and we'll go from there.
So in that way, we're kind of like those ads that you all know, and you go, but I don't know who it is. That Griffin's ad is the one that I've been looking at lately, where the lady is on a beach and she's talking about biscuits. It took me till about the 6th ad before I realised it was Griffin's. Stupid ad. So what's on top for next year? We have Christchurch Marathon, which we're doing now. We have Achilles Awards, which we're doing now. Taupo Marathon, which we'll do later. Auckland Marathon, which we'll do way later. New York Marathon, way later. Rangatahi Youth Ambassador Group, which we'll talk more on later. Not later tonight, but a later date. Formal partnerships. That's the formalisation Paul was talking on about how we're making them bigger, longer and better so that we can, again, plan. Paul's there chuckling, going, you don't know what you're talking about, Lee. No, I don't. But it's good, right, Paul? Yes. Chapter lead, committee support. I'm turning around to Maya. Maya's not saying anything, but that's a good thing as well. Increasing revenue streams, which obviously means with more funding, we can apply for more things, we can do more things, and we can give more money to our chapter leads to help more people, because it's all about the athletes and then the athletes and guides getting to events to do more things. So we get our yellow shirts out there and people know it's Achilles, not just a yellow shirt. Improving accountability systems. That is so that we know where we're going, why we're going, how we're getting there, and that if anyone asks us questions, we can say, that's how we did it, and we're accountable. Just like that guy is, very accountable. Staff security, I think that's just the MOJs, but it'll be more than that. Continued improvement awareness. Continued improvement? Really? Okay, then yes. Yes, and increased membership for youth and with an athlete focus as well. So we've gone from 300, 500, next year, 1,000? Yeah, why not? Sure, let's do that. And a big thank you to our sponsors and funders and partnerships from 2025 and moving forwards into 2026. Olympics, why not? Sure. I could read those out to you, and I will. So, Sport New Zealand, Champions System New Zealand, Sully & Co Travel, oh, I know them, Hercules Instant Shelter, Foundation North, Lottery Community Grant Board, Four Winds Foundation, Perilous Trust, did I say that right? Peloris Trust, yes, thank you for correcting me, New Zealand Community Trust, Accessable. Is it Accessable or Accessible? Accessable, yes, that's what I said. A Ministry of Social Development, Frozen Funds. Oh, that sounds like we're stealing money from somebody. No? Okay, Frozen Funds, not assets. COGs, COGS Auckland, Manawatu and Rotorua. Thank you. Achilles International Individual and Chapter Scholarships, Bobby Foundation, Christchurch Casino Trust, try saying that 3 times fast, Woolworth Palmerston North, Warriors Foundation and Supported Lifestyle Services. So a big thank you to those organisations last year and next year. Thank you very much. Oh, and now back to mine. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And we've nearly finished. Just one more thing before we do finishing karakia, but just to let you know, we've actually been donated, some of you may not know, but this is Mealy Kerr. She is the White Ferns cricket captain, current White Ferns cricket captain. We've been donated her signed playing shirt. She is actually the #1 2020 player in the world. So we are putting that up onto Trade Me within the next week or so, and we'll put a link out if you want to bid for that. I'm sure you'll be into it, Paula, won't you? From Special Olympics, and Paula Windsor was part of the 2000 World Cup winning White Ferns team as well. So we've got a few cricket nuts in the place, as well as Paul Barclay, who has represented blind cricket for New Zealand. Yes, so we'd love you to get amongst the bidding, to keep an eye out for comms to our mailing list, and if you haven't followed us already on Facebook and Instagram, please do. And also we do have an Achilles event Give a Little page down the bottom there, and there's a link that you could go to as well. So we are going to finish off with the karakia, the official part of this, and then we will cut the live streaming and we'll just have a wee talk about the Christchurch Marathon and some reminders tomorrow. So I'd like to invite David, our staff member, to finish off with the karakia.
Kia ora tātou katoa. Hei karakia, hei whakaoti mō tātou hui tino pai. Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa pau nāmu te moana. Hei huarahi mā tātou i te rangi nei. Aroha atu, aroha mai. Tātou ia tātou katoa. Hui e, tai ki e. Kia ora.
Awesome. So there we have it. We have finished the evening officially. Just before we do finish, I would just like to give a wee token of appreciation to my fellow MC Lee here. He is a volunteer. I obviously get paid, but Lee is a volunteer and he's given up his time tonight. So let's give Lee a round of applause. Okay, I'm going to invite Ness, who's the Christchurch chapter lead, up. And as she's coming up, I will hand the mic over to her for her to talk about tomorrow, and I can help you out if you like. But Ness is actually stepping down as Christchurch chapter lead, and just wanted to acknowledge that. She has, after 3 years of being chapter lead in this vital role, it's a big committee, and it's forever changing. And she's been part of the committee since 2019. And this chapter really leads the way with history, size and organised committee. And Ness is a huge part of that, and a huge thank you for all your leadership, not just in Christchurch but across the country. Let's give a round of applause to Ness. All right, listen up. Tomorrow morning, you will all be at our tent in Hagley Park. You all know where it is. It's bright yellow. Those of you who can't see it, somebody will be with you that can. You will be there by 6:30 a.m. on the dot at the tent. Okay? Yes, April. That means that in your travel time, you have to make sure you've got 10 minutes walking time in there. So please don't think, I'm going to leave home at 6:15 and get a park at 6:30 in the morning, because you'll still have to walk 15 minutes to get to the tent. All right? Those of you who are staying at the Sedema, you will have your bag packed down in reception by 5:55 in the morning, because Keith, can you put your hand up, please? Our wonderful Keith will be in the foyer in his bright yellow, ready to walk you all down to the tent, so you will be there by 6:30. If you have bought drinks or nibbles or anything in your room, you need to pay that before you leave. If you've organised late sign out and everything, that's awesome. You need to bring everything with you to our Achilles tent. Okay? We will have Anton and Joe and Steph and Jason, who will be around the tent with Maya and Caro to look after your stuff. I've bought half a dozen clear plastic rain jackets in case it starts raining on the course. It's expected to rain about 9 o'clock in the morning, so those of you who are out for 3+ hours, expect to get wet. It's going to be windy as well. It won't be cold, but there's no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. Right? So, we'll have food and drink and nibbles at the tent for you, heaps of support on the course. If anything goes wrong, just remember you get what you pay for. See you tomorrow. Awesome.